Some movies are just too overrated. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Grindhouse. So, I'm going to be reviewing It Follows, which is being dubbed the best horror movie in a decade. The most, you know what? No, not even that. The most original horror movie in a decade. And, you know what I gotta say? I beg to differ. So, I'm usually a fan of unoriginal movies. Like, I don't care if a movie. I'm not one of those people that's like, I'm gonna hate a movie just because it's not original. It's cliched. Ooh, so sad. And then I'm just like, play the world's smallest violin. However, in this case, it's different because unlike these other movies like Sinister 2 and The Darkness, which they weren't original, but I still enjoyed them. Unlike It Follows, these movies they didn't promote themselves to be original. It Follows was saying, everybody, even the filmmakers of It Follows, were literally saying, this would be the most original movie in a decade. Or, sorry, I say the most original horror movie in a decade. Oh, it's so good, so scary. And I guess me and a handful of people on like different horror websites are just like, are the only ones that are just like, what? Like, I don't see it. I'm not one to try to judge other people's opinions. At least I try not to. Sometimes if I don't agree with someone's opinion, I'm like, oh my god. But then I have to tell myself, it's like their opinion. They're not trying to force it on anybody else. But for this matter, I have to kind of judge. I just don't get it. There's so many good reviews of this movie. Like, there's not that many hate reviews. So why? What? I don't see that. Like, why is there so many good reviews about this movie? To me at least, it wasn't scary. It wasn't original. It had terrible acting. The story was just really flat, and the effects were okay. The music is probably the only selling point to me for this movie, because I like that retro art house like music for like cinematic stuff, filming and everything like that. So the music is probably the only selling point for me. But besides that, everything else about this movie, to me at least, was really bad. it wasn't a good movie to me. I mean, and that's saying something, because I tell this to everybody that I come in contact with. I think I said this to you guys, at least on my vlogging channel a few times. I'm a fan of bad movies. I like movies that everybody hates. I mean, except for Green Inferno. But, like I said, I like movies that everybody hates. That being said, I usually don't like movies I find overrated. The Pitch Perfect movies come into mind when I think that. And this is just one of them. This is one of those overrated movies in my mind, because I'm trying to stay spoiler free, but I guess I'm gonna have to put a warning. Sorry, but there's gonna be spoilers ahead. So beware if you actually want to see this movie. Beware, but if you either already seen this movie or you've never heard of it or don't have any interest of it, keep watching. So here's a very missed opportunity for the movie to be scary. So they're hiding in this room. All the main characters are in this room and everything, and they, like, everybody, all the characters, like, you can just tell, like, that there's something wrong, okay? And the main character, the girl at the It, as it's being called, is after, she's just like freaking out, saying, because she thinks that the it is on the other side of the room door. And she's telling them, don't open it, don't open it. And the music stops, okay? Okay? And I was like, I was kind of like 3, 2, 1. Jump scare. They open it. Of course, it's a jump scare. And everybody was scared, but then I was like, no. I wasn't scared. I was like, I called it. I called it. See, the funny thing is about this movie as well is that this movie makes so many rules. So many rules behind this mythology of this movie. But then when the movie keeps going on its runtime, it breaks those rules constantly. Literally. There's a lot of rules. Just like watch the movie. There's a lot of rules that are set up. But it breaks them. It breaks its own rules. Which, sometimes, I don't know, it could be a good thing. Maybe. Oh wait, I forgot. This movie is supposed to be the most original horror movie in the decade. And yet, it's not. The trailer was awesome. I love the trailer of this movie. I remember me and my mom went to see The Woman in Black 2 in the theater. And this trailer, I think, was the only horror trailer that played. And I was like, this is awesome. This looks awesome. Then I see the movie and I'm just like, oh, what a letdown. Really, everyone's saying, original horror movie, the best horror movie of 2015. And I'm just like, what a letdown. What a disappointment. It's not how you make a horror movie. And again, I'm fine with unoriginal movies, but the thing about the unoriginal movies that I like, they're not trying to promote themselves to be original. This movie is. Everyone, the filmmakers, critics, reviewers, everyone's promoting this movie to be the most original movie in a while. But I'm just like, no, it's not. And it feels like I've been lied to. As an audience member and as a filmmaker, it feels like I've generally been lied to by everyone who is behind this movie. And let's also talk about the reviews of this movie. So, everybody has their own opinion, okay? I think we all know that. Everybody has their own opinion. But when you have to defend a movie, you literally have to defend a movie. Like, you have to, instead of, like, point out what might be wrong with the movie, instead you point out what's somewhat good with the movie. And it's like, so mostly you're defending it. And a movie shouldn't be defended. I'm sorry, but, like, sure, there are movies that deserve to be defended because they're underrated. They're not being seen by the general public. They're being hated on. Again, Sinister 2 and The Darkness come to mind. But a movie shouldn't be... Like, if a movie is so overrated, it shouldn't have to be defended by anybody. Yet this movie is. Yet It Follows is literally being defended by everybody and their mother on the earth, on the face of the earth. And here's the thing. All these good reviews, again, are just defending this movie. They're not allowing this movie to own up to its own mistakes, its own flaws. Guys, I want to say that, 2015 was a good year. It really was, at least for me. But I will say one thing. This movie, to me, is the worst movie of 2015. And I know, no one will admit that. I'm going to tell you that now. No one's going to admit that this was the worst movie. But to me, this was the worst movie. I really just don't see it. I don't see why this movie is so successful. Why everybody loves it. Because, Yeah, to me it was the worst movie. Anyway, I I'm just gonna leave it there because um yeah. Yeah, there's nothing really for me to, nothing else for me to really talk about. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. So if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Um, also share this video with friends, family, and if you guys liked It Follows, if you guys hated it, I don't know, but please tell me in the comments. And remember, my grindhouse is always open. Goodbye.